How did you grow your group differently to your channel? That's a really cool question. I like that. Thank you. How did I grow the group? I didn't. That was the weird thing. The history of the group is I didn't create it. The four rules were, and the group was initially created in December of 2016 by a woman named Alexis. I joined almost within days of its creation, but I got upgraded to moderator status in the following April. And then I think by the end of that summer, she handed the group over to me because I was the most active moderator. And she liked the way I was running the group. So she wrote four basic rules, and it was an interesting experience because when she made me a moderator, she was very busy with things in her personal life. That's why she asked for help. But she didn't have time to mentor me or explain any nuances of the rules, so all I had to go by were the four rules. And I think in retrospect, this was a really good thing because basically my approach was, because I didn't want to screw up, I didn't want to do bad by Alexis, was if the rules say no, then take action. And if the rules don't say no, then stay out of the way. And that's all I did. Between that and just making sure that I was on top of approvals, new member approvals and post approvals, very rapidly I became a moderator when the group was at about 1,400 people. And I think she handed the group over to me when it was around 14,000. And I was pretty much the active moderator at that time. I might have my timelines and numbers a little bit off, but that's sort of approximate. And so then when I became the administrator of the group, I kind of asked myself, I was like, well, it's grown so much, 14,000 was a lot, or 15,000, whatever it was. And so I was like, there's a formula here that works. And I think what it is, and also the way that I was running it was, don't let myself play God. Just stick to the four rules. And anything that doesn't clearly violate those four rules is fine, even if I personally didn't like it. So it's been a bit of a public square sort of thing. I don't think of myself as like a curator of content. I'm not. I'm a traffic cop. And so the strength of the group's growth has been in its members because it's going to be good or bad depending on the people in it. Not much about what I do. I mean, I try to go in and I share information, like when there's a new announcement about YouTube or I hear about a technical problem that they're trying to fix or whatever. I try to, engage with the members and inspire conversation. I'm just trying to talk about how I grew the group. So the group really kind of grew on its own, and my job was just to to provide good offices, as they would say in politics. So it was just get out of the way, and I like to think I did that fairly well. And every now and then I need to tweak the rules slightly for clarity, but not their intent. And that's why when people in the group are demanding a fifth or sixth or seventh rule because there's something that maybe they don't like, I mean, there's plenty I don't like in there. But I resist that because the four rules got us to 65,000 people in 2 years. And so that's a secret sauce I'm not going to mess with. If I can word it a little better so it's a little bit more clear, like when I talk about you need a description to get your post approved, right? People have struggled with that a long time, and it takes a lot of time for us to manage on the back end. And so just recently I tweaked the wording to include something like, a description of what it's about. Because you could describe it as a video, but that doesn't tell anybody about what it is you're linking to really. It needs to be what it's about. So I was hoping that adding the word about in there makes it more clear. And so little things like that. So there's the pinned post in the group that I ended up putting lots of comments on to kind of explain how we interpret the rules, because a lot of weird things came up. But yeah,